Scene 1, spring 1959, 8th grade English class, Boston Latin School. That is Boston Boys Public Latin School. Daily we enter Mad Frank's classroom to see 3 sentences written on the board. And to our daily dismay, the 3 sentences are so long and convoluted as to be entirely resistant to diagramming. Cannot be done. Now, Mad Frank is a dapper, small Irishman with slick-back white hair. He's quite old, but his powers are undiminished to instruct and to intimidate. Over his long career, Mad Frank has never cared to learn a single student's name. If you sit in the first row, 3rd seat, you're 13. If you're in the 3rd row, 5th seat, you are 35. In that season, I was 64, Zorn, 64. This is 55 years ago, more than 55 years ago. And I haven't gotten over it yet. What are you staring at, 62? Just find the subject and main verb. See, is the main verb transitive, is it intransitive, or linking? Find that and go on for it. Hey, zip it, 23! You of all people should be paying the closest attention up here. Do you catch my drift? Good. Verbum sap sat, 23. A word to the wise is sufficient. What are you saying there? You're saying that's a participle? That's not a participle. Don't let the ing at the end fool you. Try again. No! It's not a verb. It's a verbal. It's made from a verb. See how it's being used in the sentence. Try again. No! It's not an adjective. Look, a verbal adjective, that's a participle. And that's where we started this moronic go-round. Sit down, 62. What are you wasting our time here for, 62? What did you make on the last test? Oh, a 40. Perfect. You make another 40 next Friday. You fail this course. You flunk out of this school, and we are done with you. Good riddance. This school depends on dismissing those unfit for success here, whose continuing presence can only lower the level of the classroom and besmirch the hallowed name of Boston Latin School. It will be a great service to this school, and thus my great personal delight to send you packing the moment you show me you do not belong here. And one more thing, 62. I don't want to hear another word out of your mouth about how you're an immigrant and no one in your home speaks English. Excuses! Excuses are like assholes. Everybody got one. How dare you blame your own shortcomings on your family, the people who love you the most, who sacrificed so much that you could come here and get an excellent education and make something of your life. You want to know why you're failing out of this school? Look in the mirror. You're not very bright and you don't work hard enough. Well, let's see who does know this construction that he just so butchered. How about you, 25? What is this ing construction? No! It's not an adverb. Adverbs are modifiers. They modify verbs, adjectives, and other adverbs. This isn't like that at all. You know, how did she sing? She sang beautifully. Well, how beautifully did she? She sang very beautifully. She's a very beautiful singer. That's an adverb. what did you make on the last test? A 90? You made a 90? And now you butcher a simple construction like this? You haven't been studying enough at home, have you? The question becomes, what do you do instead of studying? I know, I see it in your eyes. You've been dissipating yourself. I can see it in your eyes. Dissipating yourself, you've been masturbating, pulling the pud, wanking it, whacking it, spraying your ceiling. You're low. You got some talent, but you'll never take advantage of it because you lack the discipline. You're going to learn the wages of sin because I'm going to teach them to you. Oh, you don't like what I'm saying, do you? Perfect. I'll tell you what you do. There's a picture of me in last year's yearbook. You cut it out and tape it over the desk where you study at night. And when you feel your energy waning and your attention flagging, and you know you're going to get up and do something that's more fun, you stand up and look at that picture of me and imagine me saying to you what I just did about how you're of low character and you can't do it, you lack the discipline, and you say right to that picture, I'm better than you think I am, you old bastard. I'm better than you are. I'm going to show you. And you sit down and study without interruption for 1 hour. And then you repeat that procedure. You stand up again and say, I'm going to show you, and study for another hour without interruption. And do it again and do it again until your eyes cannot stay open. And then you enjoy the restful repose of the righteous and virtuous and get up the next morning ready to conquer and go to school and surpass anything that you thought you could do, and love that feeling, and carry it with you to Harvard, or Dartmouth, or Princeton. Don't bother thanking me later. All right, you all listen to me now and listen good. If by the end of this school year you cannot distinguish perfectly between a participle and a gerund, I will flunk you. And I do not care what your previous grades have been. If your final exam has one mistake with a comma or an apostrophe, I will flunk you. One sentence fragment, one sentence run-on, I will flunk you. At that time, you will have two options before you. You may leave this school and go to your district high school with all the other local losers and neighborhood nincompoops and knuckleheads, and give up any hope you may have been harboring of going to a 4-year school and making something of your life. Or you may return here and repeat 8th grade English with me. And I warn you, I'm getting meaner and more impatient every year with the dross they are sending me. Unlike you, I have pride and I have standards. No 9th grade teacher at this school is going to be horrified by the ignorance of his students. Ask, who the hell was your 8th grade English teacher? And hear my name so impugned.